Hello students, today I'm going to teach you narration. So let's start. What's speech? Excuse me, can you tell me the time please? Yes, of course, it's 5 o'clock. So students, speech is an expression which is expressed by the speaker. Here follow. Talib said to me, I have done my duty. Talib told me that he had done his duty. So speeches are classified into two kinds. That's direct speech and indirect speech. Speech spoken directly by the speaker is direct speech, and speech spoken directly by another is indirect speech. He said to me, you are my best friend. He said to me, there are two parts of a direct speech. That's inside the inverted comma is one part and outside the inverted comma is another part. So there are two parts. That's he said to me. This is outside the inverted comma, and you are my best friend. It's inside the inverted comma. So he said to me, it's a reporting verb and out of inverted comma, and you are my best friend reported speech. It's inside of inverted comma. Let's know the basics of speech or narration. How to change verbs from direct to indirect speech. Here some verbs form direct. If there is am, is, are in direct speech, it will be was, were in indirect speech. If there is was, were, it will be had been. If there is shall or will, it will be should or would. If there is have, has or did, it will be had plus V3. That means past participle form of verb. If there is can or may, it will be could or might. If there is must, have to, has to, ought to, it will be had to. If there is present indefinite tense, it will be past indefinite. And if there is past indefinite, that will be past perfect tense. That means had plus V3. How to change adverb? There are some adverb in direct speech which will be changed in indirect speech. That means if there is now, it will be then. Tomorrow will be the next day. Tonight will be that night. Today will be that day. Yesterday will be the previous day. Last night will be the previous night. Last week will be the previous week. Here will be there. This will be that. These will be those. How the subject, object and possessive of direct speech change. There are some examples. If in the reported speech, if there is first person singular, that means I, in the reporting verb, it will be he or she. If there is will, it will be he, she or they. You will be me, us or I, we. Actually, this type of change is very easy. You can solve it without learning this type of rule if you have some basic knowledge of English language. So that's why actually I don't emphasize this part on this part, because students themselves can solve this. Okay, go on. Our will be there, you will be my or your, he, she, they will not change. Okay, let's go on. How to convert assertive sentence into indirect speech. Subject plus said to plus object. It will be subject told object. Then there will be that, and reported speech with desirable change. That means the person will be changed and the form of verb will also be changed. He said to me, I'm well. He told me that he was well. Am is a turns into was, am becomes was, and I follows he. That means the first person in reported speech will follow the subject of reporting verb. She said to me, I was ill. Direct speech. She told me that she had been ill. It's indirect speech. Shuman said, I will meet you tomorrow. Direct speech. Shuman said that he would meet me the next day. Will becomes would, and tomorrow becomes the next day. See? Tomorrow, the next day. He said to me, I have done my job. Here, he told me that he had done his job. Here, had done becomes have becomes had. Mr. Bean did the best last night. He told that Mr. Bean had done the best the previous night. Did becomes had done, and last night becomes the previous night. I go to school regularly. Direct speech. He said that he went to school regularly. So here, go turns into went. I visited London in 2005. Direct speech. She told that she had visited London in 2005. Visited becomes had visited. That means if there is first form of verb, it will be had plus past participle of verb. Exception, there is some exception. He says, my mother loves me more than her life. Here, says is in present tense. That's why the verb of reported speech will not change. He says that his mother loves him more than her life. Here, says is in present tense. That's why loves doesn't change. If the reporting verb is in present and future tense, there will be no change of the verb of reported speech. The student says, I have completed my homework. The student says that he has completed his homework. Direct speech, indirect speech. Here also the verb's form doesn't change. The man says, I will lead a corruption-free life. Here, the man says that he will lead a corruption-free life. Remember, Universal truth will not be changed in indirect speech. My father said, evil always remains in evil. My father told that evil always remains in evil. So universal truth doesn't change. The teacher said, the sinner will suffer in the long run. The teacher told that the sinner will suffer in the long run. So there is a pair work. I'm skipping this because I'm not directly taking your class. So that's why welcome for my next class. Welcome to my next class. There I will teach you narration part 2. So bye bye for today.